Hey everybody, it's me Edward Jones back with a new video. This video is entitled Compassion and Ruthlessness. This is kind of a follow-up to the last video I did called Regulators and SHTF. It took me a while to think about this, how to approach the topic. I noticed a lot of people in their videos and some of the forums I've read when it comes to interactions with other people that are outside of your family or outside of your group, or your prepper group, or your prepper community. It could be some, I think it's interesting to see how people will interact with one another. I believe you have a choice as to whether to show compassion or whether to show ruthlessness. Now, both sides have their place. With anyone that you come across, and this is just in day-to-day life as right now, you have a choice as to how you act towards one another. Whether to be compassionate, whether to be generous, whether to be nice, caring, or whether to be ruthless, hard-hearted, cold-blooded, just without pity, things like that. You all have a choice. I think that's something I would like for all of us to understand. We all have a choice in how we treat one another, and I believe it will vary from person to person. I believe there will be different people that when you get to feel them out, you get a sense as to where a person is coming from. And so you can pretty much figure out whether you should lend this person some help, whether you should offer this person protection or show them where you find food, things like that. Just like today, when you come across anyone new, you try to figure out, is this person's head on straight? Does this person have any other motives behind their actions? And you kind of get a feel for who they are. You can kind of let your guard down, let them in as they let you in, and you engage in positive human interaction. Now, there are some people who can bring out the ruthlessness in us. And today, that they seem as though they are kind of backhanded in their actions. They are, well, how can I put it? Sniveling, swindlers, things like that, and you would try to want to stay away from them if you can. And I'm pretty sure, like during SHTF, we're going to be more. We may have this thought that we will have to be ruthless towards everybody, which isn't the case. There will be people who genuinely will need our help. I understand preppers, as one myself, we're somewhat ahead of, as I said before, we're ahead of the curve in our planning and the things we think about. And I kind of think that a lot of people who haven't prepped or who haven't prepped enough, they'll be in a hard spot. So they could act in a certain fashion, which would call for us to respond in a certain way, whether in the compassionate manner or in a ruthless manner. Now, I've been called many times by different people who watch my videos, the Prepared Mind in Arizona. I've been called optimistic. Because I like to remain optimistic. I don't want to think that just because things may or may not, or I guess when things fall apart, that I still can't have sympathy for the person or persons that are out there. I still want to help anyone that I can. So I will be compassionate towards other people. And I know some people may say that, well, that's risky. You let your guard down. That may get you killed. We're all going to die. That's the truth of it. We're all going to die. We may die before any of this mess falls apart. I just believe that we don't know. I mean, I don't know when I'm going to die. I know I am going to die someday. But until that day comes, I want to do the best I can, help as many people out there as I can. Now, with that being said, I will refuse to be taken advantage of. Now, I'm not perfect, but I can spot when someone's trying to pull a move on me. I tend to look for various ways that people act around me. usually I'm pretty silent around other people until I get a feel as to who they are. Then I engage in conversation. But if I notice that there's just something about them that's a bit off, then I know to be cautious around that kind of person. I don't do it to everybody. Maybe if I don't know someone, but I tend to be cautious. I believe that um, if when I'm around when things fall apart, I would still have room for compassion. But if I have to be ruthless, there's a saying: if you have to hit, don't hit soft. You gotta hit hard. I would I if I had to, especially if I was caring for someone else, I know that I have there's a part of me that I have to come out. I don't particularly like, but in not just defense of myself, but the defense of other people that I may be taking care of, whether it be some close friends or neighbors. That side of me will come out. It has in the past. Didn't really like it, but I learned to control it. It doesn't and it rarely ever happens. But when it does happen, uh, I can sense that something may happen, and I better be ready to respond accordingly to it. So, while I still like to render compassion to people that who are in need of help, because there are always going to be people in need of help. I may be in need of help one day, and I like for someone to extend a brotherly hand, to pull me out of whatever hole I'm in, because because this world is rough, and we're all gonna have hard times. Um, we're gonna continue to have hard times, especially when SHTF. But on the other hand, still have to be prepared to face the reality. And I don't want anybody to be misunderstood about my view of the world. If anything, I believe this world sucks. I can't stand it. I don't. I just don't like the way things have been conducted for as long as as long as I look back in history as to how things have been screwed up here. I might do a video on that later on, about just what this is as of right now. But I still recognize that there are dangerous people out there, and I will avoid danger all I can. But if met, if someone chooses me, and if I can't get my way out of it, then as Miami Prepper says, shock and awe. That I would have to be ruthless in my execution to keep myself safe, and even more so for keeping the other people around me safe. Whether they're my friends, whether they're my community or not, because we're all in this together. For those who are out there who think that they can use something like that to take advantage of other people, especially those who are weaker, as I said in the video, regulators, they will be dealt with, swiftly and surely. They will be dealt with. I hope I hope I don't have to do any of that kind of stuff, but I believe I'll have to be prepared if the situation arises. But those are my thoughts, about compassion and about ruthlessness. So please share your thoughts, any experiences you may have had that relates to the topic. Like to hear what everyone out there has to say. Um, please leave comments or make a video response. I'll be happy to watch it and be happy to read your comments. So please be civil to other people who are watching this video. And I'm Edward Jones. Oh, I hope you all like my Dead Rising T-shirt. I had this thing for years. I barely worn it, but I figured I'd wear it for this video. You can see I guess he's showing his ruthless side. But that's my video, Compassion and Ruthlessness. I'm Edward Jones, and you guys take care.